Sorry, I'm a little tardy. Hang on just 1 second. Okay. There we go. How is everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Who do we have today? House of X. Thank you so much, Team Leo, for the raid. Thank you. Thank you, Winston. DOD, welcome to the live stream. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Angel. Thanks for coming. Hey, Spring 96 is in the building. Hey, what's up, AC? Hello, Ozzy Superworld. What's going on, 96? Why you didn't come to our event last weekend? We were all on Zoom last week. Why wasn't you there? What had happened? So, hello, everyone. I am your resident bougie Bella, Brown Girl Bella, here to bring you lips, lashes, and luxury. But on Thursdays, we unwind, we whine, and we whine. So today's wine is special because I actually sell this wine. So, please, let me get the bottle. This is a Muscat. So this is from the North Coast of California. The tasting profile is lily, ripe peach, and Meyer lemon. And it was bottled and produced in Napa, California. Now, a couple of things. I did not know what a Muscat was. Never heard of it before. But, honey, look at this color. And the notes here are it's very floral. So I definitely smell the lily. Hey, Brian Lynn, welcome. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. All right, we're going to taste this Muscat, and then I'm going to look it up to see what it is. Okay. This is not going to be one of my favorites because it's very sweet. But for those of you who like sweet wine, that's your girl. That's your girlfriend right here. It is very sweet, almost gives me a Moscato taste, which makes me think that the Muscat is part of that Moscato family. And I think that's what it was. But yeah, this is very, very sweet. So I won't be drinking a lot of that. I'll save it for people who come over. Nobody's coming over. So I probably will have to have like a little happy hour with my friends in the neighborhood and have them drink that up. Well, I drink something that is a little bit more to my palate. But that is a very, very sweet wine. So if you like Moscato, if you like sweet white wines, this is a very enjoyable summer wine. Leo, you might love this. You might love this. You might love this. It's very, very sweet. It's very, very sweet. So you might love that. You might love that. All right. So as the title says, we're going to unwind, wine, and wine on the fact that, you know, are we supposed to be still sparing the rod and spoiling the child, or nah? I'm going to show you something that I watched earlier today. Hey, Jessica. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. Guys, Jessica is almost at her 4,000 hours. So please, 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 if you can, run Jessica Hicks. She is almost there. We want her in the monetization circle. You know, everybody's getting monetized, making more money in 2021. Miss Brooklyn, she's whining because she wants to come up here because she smells food and the wine. So hello, everybody. Say hello to everybody. You're not getting anything to eat. You already had your treat. So bye. She is too much. Yeah, I'm like trying to dip it and do it and go everywhere today just because I haven't been on the scene yesterday. So I wanted to, say hi to everybody. Yes. So yes, please run her, run her, run her. Adrian, be right back. Okay. She is a mess. I'm gonna tell you about her a little later on. But first, let me find this clip that I wanted to show you all. Ma'am, I am not feeling you today. Not happening. Not happening, Brooklyn. Okay, let me go to where I need to go to first. Ma'am, you won't get put in your room if you don't stop. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's share. Make sure you guys are seeing it. Okay.
If you spank your kids with a belt, that's called abuse. That's why your kids try to kill you when there's no juice. You let them bite and kick and scream. Then you cry when they call you mean. You're supposed to raise your kids, but they raise you. You put your kids on a leash and wonder why. They turn 16 and want everyone else to die. It's because they thought that they were dogs. Then they learned this thing called laws. At 16 is way too old to pout and cry. Now my mama and my pa ain't play that shit. Gotta be with a belt, a broom, a spoon, sometimes a switch. Span a rod, sport a child. Why your kids be running wild, popping pills and snorting powder just for kicks? If you spank your kids with a belt, that's called abuse. That's why your kids try to kill you when there's no juice. You let them bite and kick and scream. Then you cry when they call you mean. You're supposed to raise your kids, but they raise you. You put your kids on a leash and wonder why. They turn 16 and want everyone else to die. It's because they thought that they were dogs. Then they learned this thing called laws. At 16 is way too old to pout and cry. Now my mama and my pa ain't play that shit. Gotta be with a belt, a broom, a spoon, sometimes a switch. Span a rod, sport a child. Why your kids be running wild, popping pills and snorting powder just for kicks? If you spank your kids with a belt.
All right, so hang on a second. I'm gonna.
That's why your kids try to kill you when there's no juice.
Take it off. Okay. So that is that is something I saw earlier today. And I was just like, you know what? That is the perfect topic for a Bella After Dark, because in talking with one of my sorors on Tuesday, and guys, please go in and watch that. That's one of my Bella Babes. I do a Bella Babes series where I interview women who have made really great strides in the community or in their business. And I highlight them because why not? We are some dope women. So Tuesday, I had her on, and we were talking about, before we got on the live, how the generations have changed. Like in my generation, I wore a key around my neck. I got in the house, called my mother, and I was like, I'm home. And then if she was going to call me, she would let the phone ring twice, hang up, and then run it again. And then I would know that's my mother, pick it up. Otherwise, I don't answer the phone. I don't go to the door, none of that. Okay? I did my homework. I did my chores. And then once those two things were done, then I can have free time to do whatever I wanted to do. But no, nobody was allowed to come in the house. Nobody was allowed to ring the phone. None of that. None of that. And it wasn't until I had gotten a best friend that lived literally down the hall from me that her and I were allowed to like do our homework together and hang out. So that was the only person that was allowed in my mother's house. And that was only because she knew her mother and she was right down the hall and we all knew each other. Other than that, no, you ain't going nowhere. Spend the night over somebody's house? No, ma'am. They can come here, but you can't go there. And as far as beatings, honey, I didn't get any from my father because my father did not believe in that. But my mother more than made up for that. More than made up for that. And since I was an only child, it was like, I can't blame it on nobody but myself. I did it. Spilled Pepsi in the back of the TV and short circuited the TV. Yeah, I did that. Like mischievous stuff, like stuff that was just dizzy and dumb. But what do I know? I'm a kid, you know. Burnt up one of her pots making oatmeal for myself. Again, what the heck did I know about temperatures and, you know, making sure the settings were right? I don't know. I got to have you on there, Jessica. I love it. Yes, girl boss all the way. Girl boss all the way. So I want to hear from you guys. Were you spanked as a child? And how would you, if you're raising a child or if you're not raising a child, how has your experience with your parents shaped how you are going to parent? I have a story of what my mom did to me for simply eating a block of cheese. Oh my God. Come up, Angel, and share your story. Hang on a second. Let me share the link. So guys, yes, come on up if you have a story to tell about how you were raised. And yeah, let's talk about it. Because I know for me, I made sure that when I disciplined my children, I didn't really spank. Like, I didn't spank at all. Like, you know, maybe a little pop with the chocleta, flip-flops. But other than that, no, I didn't do much spanking because I know how it made me feel. And I didn't want my children to feel that, you know, because it made me feel bad. It made me feel like, you know, I grew up being afraid of my mother because of that, you know, and it's not good for your children to be afraid of you, to have a healthy fear of the consequences if you step out of line. Yes. And I think that you can get that without spanking the child. Jessica said, I think I had a spanking from my mom once. Mine really didn't reprimand me much. Yeah, I mean, after like 13, I think I kind of eased out. But, you know, during like 11 to 13, those 2-3 years, yeah. I mean, part of it was my parents separating and getting a divorce. Oh, your dad. Yeah, my dad did not spank me. He did not spank me, but he spoke to me. And if what I did was not to his liking, I would hear a lecture. And hearing a lecture from my dad is worse than getting spanked by my mom. Because at least you know, okay, a couple of hits, she's going to be tired. It's going to be over in like 5 minutes. I can suffer through it. My dad would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk ad nauseum. So I was just like, dang, like I must have really messed this one up. I must have really messed this one up because I'm getting a lecture. Yep, long lectures. Yep. I'm telling you, it was nothing nice. I was like, you know what? I'd rather get the spanking than to get this lecture. Hang on a second. I'm going to stop the camera for one moment, but I'll be right back. And in the meantime, why don't I do this? Brown Girl Bella. Hi, babes. It's me, Shannon B for Brown Girl Bella. I bring you lips, lashes, and luxury. My brand is all about high-end luxury, but I also do mid-tier reviews as well as for my bargain bellas, drugstore brands as well. I do makeup and skincare and show you what things you should spend your money on and which things you should simply toss away. There's something here for everyone and there's something here for you. Come join me, be a Bella, and let's get Bellafied. All right, I am back. I'm waiting still for Angel to come up. But if anyone else has a, yes, please hold. Man, long lectures are the worst. They are the worst. Leo said me and my mom was best friends. I have a lot of freedom. I was a good kid. Aw. That's good, Leo. I was not. You know what it was? I was bored at school. Fun fact, the teachers wanted to skip me 3 separate times. Well, 3 times my mother said no, because she didn't want me to be in an environment where the children were older than me and me not having the socialization of children my age, which was whack because I never had people my age hanging out with me. Like my best friend, like I was telling you about, that lived in the same building. She was a year older. So all of her, oh, I did drop it. You didn't get it? Hang on a second. I'll drop it again, Angel. So Jessica said, my mom said no too. A teacher begged me to move up from 7 to 8. Yeah, I really wish she had done it too. But yeah, I was not allowed to skip a grade. My mother said no. I think it hurt my dad's baby, to be honest, but I was a pretty good kid. Yeah, I mean, as far as kids go, I was pretty good, but I was very mischievous and bored at school. So my report card used to always say something like, she's a very intelligent child, but she talks too much. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I was bored. Hey, Angel.
Hey.
So tell me your story about a block of cheese.
Okay, so at the age of 10 in the 2000, I had went to my mom's house to visit her for the weekend. And when I was there to visit her for the weekend, because my our dad suggested that we go see our mom since we hadn't seen her in like several years. So we did that. And then one day, when I was looking through the refrigerator and saw a block of cheese and took a nibble from it, and my mom had caught me, she had spanked me with a metal spatula like crazy, and it left a mark on me that I still remember to this day, and it was painful as heck. And also another thing that happened to me growing up was prior to me being in the services that I was as a teenager to early adulthood. My dad did this thing called a basket hold. It's pretty much like the restraint that you see police officers do, where they are crossing your arms, and the more you struggle, the further they'll pull your arms to prevent you from being able to move. And my dad did that basket hold on me a few times, all because I didn't listen or didn't comply with him. And it was in my earlier life as an autistic adult when I used to have bad temper tantrums and that kind of stuff. And it was at times when I just wanted to be by myself, but my dad didn't understand, and it was just like causing me to be frustrated and angered. And my dad just did what he had to do to calm me down. And is putting me in a basket a way to calm me down, or is spanking me with a metal spatula a good way to punish me for simply eating a block of cheese? Hell no.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry that happened to you.
But
How do you think you would parent if you were to have a child? Do you think, well, obviously you would do things differently, but what kind of things would you do differently?
basically, for me, if there was something that if my kid was to have autism like I do, I would basically just, if my kid wants time by him or herself, I would give it to my kid. And if my kid wants something, I would limit him or her. And I would just say, if you be a good kid, I promise you can get this and that kind of stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't like get my kid a new cell phone or a new tablet at the age of 5 or 6.
Right.
I know my way of like trying to cope and teach my kid, because one of the things about autistic people is that a lot of times you don't know that at times when they want to have time by themselves, and usually when they are interrupted, and that kind of stuff. And if you like, please go away or something like that, they just want to be left alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I think in my generation, children who had special needs were really ostracized and treated, in my opinion, very, very badly. I think that as we kind of learned more about it and society started understanding more, we started doing a lot more, having a lot more services available for people with special needs. But I still don't think we're at the same level that we need to be in order to really and truly understand what's going on. All right, Jessica, no problem. Thank you for coming.
All right, Jessica, enjoy your stream.
Once said for me, it was different. I was a good kid, and my mom's son, she was my best friend. Aw, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I think that when you have parents who are very, how should I say this, politically correct, they just have a lot going on. And I think at that time, my mom was dealing with a lot. So I think that also contributed to her having kind of a short fuse. And, I definitely had a rebellious streak when my father left the home. So I totally understand about, kids kind of testing the grounds. So when that happened to me and I went through a divorce, I made sure to talk to my kids about how this has nothing to do with you. The fact that your father and I are divorcing does not mean we are divorcing you. You are still an integral part of our lives. We still love you. We still will parent you together, but we just will not be living together. And I think that kind of helped. And it might have helped even more if my ex-husband had lived up to that other part of that problem equation. But that also, hindered us from really bonding as tightly as we could have or should have when it came to the kids. So you really have to talk to your kids, and you really have to understand that they are people as well with feelings. And although, you don't want to have them run all over you, I think there's a way to do that and establish that, your rule is the rule without resorting to corporal punishment.
Yeah.
My father lived in the same house with us, but it was like I never knew him. Yeah. I mean, because a lot of times, they hit that part.
Yep.
And they just, they went to work, they did what they had to do. And, they didn't really talk to you in terms of, what's going on in their life or what's going on in their day and things like that. Like, do your homework, get good grades, and you'll get nice things. And so when you learn that that's the reward system you get, then you do what you need to do to get what you want.
Yep.
I did get beat even when my sister did something. See, that was the thing I missed because it was just me in the house. So if something went wrong, it was my fault. That's just facts. If something happened, it was all me. It was all on me. That's right. Put those LL dudes up in there. Throw those emojis. So, Angel, do you think what kind of parent do you think you will be?
I think I would be a good parent to talk to my kid, understand it, and see what my kid has, because there are certain signs to where you can tell that your kid is autistic or special needs. You just need to get to understand your kid a bit more and examine your kid of what he or she has, from the way your kid functions to the way your kid acts, to the way your kid talks, and so much more. You just need to understand, and don't rush and get rid of your kid all because he or she is autistic or special needs, because there's been a lot of reports of parents putting their autistic special needs kids up for adoption because they had no idea what their kid had. And nowadays, people are more aware of special needs children and kids. And growing up, I was in a special needs school growing up, and at times I would be put in a big timeout box for misbehaving. And I don't think schools for special needs have that anymore.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So yes, I was just saying that for me, because I, grew up the way that I did, and my mother was definitely the disciplinarian in the family. Leo, okay, Leo, you're coming up in a minute.
Yep.
Cool. That definitely influenced how I raised my kids. And I definitely talk to them a lot more to find out, what's going on in their lives. What are they thinking about? What's going on at school? Like, I was much more involved in that way than my mother was. The only time my mother went and was like talking to my teachers or whatever was the parent teacher meeting. And like I said, every teacher would say the same thing. She's a great kid. She does her work, but she talks too much. And that was because I was bored. I was done with the work. The work was easy for me. And then when the work was finished, then I was like, well, let me talk. Let me, hang out with my friends because I'm done with what I needed to do. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, she's beautiful, but she is a handful sometimes. I thought she would be sleepy today because I took her out. We were out for a long time, driving around and walking around. So I thought she'd be tired, but alas, she is not. She is right underneath my feet right now. You were going to say something, Angel?
Now I forgot what I was going to say.
You're too funny.
Let me try and remember of what I was going to say.
Okay.
Hey, Raymond.
Hi, Raymond. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. All right, let me turn my camera back on. All right, I'm still struggling through this wine. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. If y'all like sweet wine, like I said, this is for you. I'm not a fan of sweet wine, so I might have to go put something else in to cool for me so I can have a sip of something else besides this, because this is not working. This is not working for me. Okay.
What I was gonna say is, even though I was in a special ed school growing up, there were times that I was rewarded for good days, but what I was rewarded with because growing up in special ed, I was on this certain program called a point sheet. And basically, what it is that throughout the school day, depending on my kind of behavior, if I am on my best behavior through each class, I get 10 points for each class for me to earn up to 100 points, which would give me 100%. But depending on like my kind of behavior and that kind of stuff, it would subtract a certain number of points. And if I brought home a point sheet between 90 to 100% every day, my dad used to always reward me with a big plate of nachos because growing up I loved nachos so much, and I even loved the cheese whiz in the jar, and there was so much that I loved growing up. But I was always rewarded for having a good day at school, depending on how my point sheet looked like. But as time got on and I later on had to be put into services, I basically was put in a normal high school for my high school years. And high school was like my favorite part of school because I was with the normal students.
Nice. We are House of X Entertainment. They're here to entertain us.
But Watson and Leo, I love and miss the both of you. I just been so busy lately that I haven't done very much streaming on my channel, nor have I been to very many people's live streams. But tonight I'm not doing anything and figured why not come on and get bellified.
That's right. Why, come on.
Yeah. How can you see the audience?
Yes.
Hi
guys.
Hey everybody. Shout out to Raymond. Yeah. For me, it was a little different. What can I tell my story? Because your story about to be long and draggy, girl. Yeah, go ahead.
Not long and draggy.
You know he about to drag it, okay? He about to drag it.
A mess.
Like I said in the chat, me and my mother were the best of friends. I was a good kid, a good student. I got good grades until I didn't get good grades, okay? I think I got in trouble. Like in my house, it was different. My brother and sister kept me in check because they're older and I'm the baby. So you know how that is. You know what I mean? When it came to my mother, I think I only got in trouble like twice or 3 times where she had to like sit me down and talk to me. One time, because when I'll tell a little kid story before I get to a grown adult story, honey. Okay. When I was younger, I used to play with tassels. Or anything that had like hair or something. I don't know why. I was just obsessed with tassels and all that stuff. So we went to church one time because that was another reason I think I was a good kid because she kept us in church, honey. Okay, keep God in you, honey. Okay, so Miss Mary. Oh, sorry. I am on the camera. Have some respect, darling. I am. Well, I'm going to have her to have you respect, darling.
Oh
no. Okay. So there was this one episode. This one I think I got a beating for. I don't remember, but I remember us being in the car. I might have got slapped around a couple of times, but it was an afternoon church service, whatever. And I think I went around the corner to play with the leaves because they had like long hair or something. I was just obsessed with anything I could put in my hand that had something to do with swinging. You know what I mean? And I think I was gone for like a very long time. So when I came back around, I had got in trouble for that. That was one accident I remember having. Another one is when I got older. This one I don't really know if it was an accident because it was mine, but anyway. You know how when one parent leaves or they pass away, they leave you a check. So as I got older, you know, you check the mail and you realize you have a check in your name. Like, oh, okay. So, you know, you go to your mother and you ask what this is for, and she explains it and what it's for and how she gives you money and yada, yada, yada. So my brother and sister at the time, because I have 3 sisters and 1 brother, and they would tease me about, oh, well, you don't do anything in the house, da, 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 da. And I was like, well, how don't I do anything in the house and my check is helping, you know, keep the house up? Like, what? So I used to be mad at my brother, and then my sister at the time, who was like, well, that sister particularly didn't really live there. We were kind of babysitting, but that's another story for another day. You know, you got them one siblings where they keep coming and going and coming and going.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a stepsister, but she's a sister because she's always with us. And it's like, you shouldn't be telling me nothing because you don't really live here, girl. Okay. But anyway, so when the check came, honey, Leo felt grown and he took his money, honey. Okay. Yes. And at the time I had this time I'm in high school. So I have high school friends, you know, I'm feeling myself. As I get older, you know, you can't tell me nothing. I'm the shit. But me and my mother had good communication. So I had took my check and went and deposited. Now the lady was asking me questions because she was like, normally your mother's here. And I'm like, you know, well, she's not here today and has my name and here's my ID and give me my money, honey. Okay.
Okay.
She probably knew I was gonna get in trouble because she was a little hesitant, but honey, you gonna cash this check today. Okay, because she seen my 2 friends like behind me, but they were like way behind me. It's like stand by the door, stand, you know, over there, so I can go and check this. So after that, I took everybody out to dinner, bought them some CDs. I think it was like 2001.
Oh, you was balling.
Okay, honey. So I get back home, and my brother is like, he's furious. Like I say, looking for the check. You know what I mean? So my mother was like, Leah, did you see the check or did you take it? Or did you see it? Something like that. And I was like, yeah, I took it. And she, at the time, sat me down to ask what was the change in behavior, because that's not something I normally do. But let me tell you, she got me back, honey, okay? So, first of all, I didn't spend all the money. Thank God, okay? Woo.
Okay. Woo.
Yeah, she was like, is there any money left and how much did you spend? So I gave her the rest of the money. She's like, thank you. So the next day, you know, after I explained what had happened and the situation with my brother seizing me, they telling me they're not doing nothing and they barely got jobs themselves. Like, you know what I mean? People have feelings. You can't just hurt people's feelings. So my sister, I was mad at, like, you don't really live in our house, so you shouldn't say nothing. But my brother, we have a weird relationship. But anyway, so they had took my game system because they know I love playing games. I could not play my video game for a whole week. When I say I was depressed and angry, honey, I was mad. On top of that, I could not have company for a week.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I was like punished and had to stay in the house for a couple of days too. That pissed me off too. And I was like, you're right, I'm going to take this L. But as you know, I think I was like 17, 18. You don't know how to deal with that. Like, you want me not to play games and I can't go outside. What am I supposed to do in the house?
Right.
Okay, honey.
I'm bored. What do I do?
Now I'm going to sit here and bore y'all.
Exactly.
But other than that, we had a good relationship.
That's the word.
But my sister used to pluck me when I was younger in the mouth because I think I was cursing all the time. Mm-hmm. So for anybody who doesn't know, I've been cursing. This ain't nothing new, honey. I was cursing when I was like 7 years old. Still a good kid, but I was cursing, honey. And I think at the time I had got busted because my friends were teasing me because I couldn't come outside, and I didn't know anybody was behind me. So they said something. I was like, turn around, and I said, fuck you. I can come outside if I want to, or something like that. So I turned around and got plucked in the mouth. Oh my God, I will never forget it because she was always plucking and pinching me. So my brothers and sisters always kept me in check to a certain degree.
Oh no.
Yeah, honey.
I remember calling my cousin like a stupid fool or something like that, and my aunt like went off on me. Like, you're not supposed to be talking about that in the house, and you're not supposed to call nobody stupid fool. I was like, I just said she was a fool. I didn't say like nothing real. Like that wasn't bad.
Okay. Or you get the speech where you get that the talk where it's like, oh, don't talk to your family how you talk to your friends. Keep that on the outside.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I got that a lot too.
Yeah. Okay. Why am I stuck?
Ooh, honey, you got bellified.
I look like I'm frozen. How'd that happen?
You got bellified, honey.
I got bellified on my own.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
Honey, she couldn't handle getting bellified, honey.
I miss both of you, Leo and
There I go.
Now you're back.
Hey.
You're back. So, mine is, I was always a mama's boy.
Not you.
I never.
No, that's not true. Do tell, honey. Do tell.
I never really got in trouble with my mom. It was my sister because she was always playing devil's advocate.
Okay, it's always the siblings.
So every time that she did something, because I was the oldest, I would get whooped too. So, yeah. So this one time she did something and I happened to hit her and I got whooped too.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. However, I did grow up in the home with my father, but it was like we didn't really know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like our relationship then became strong until my mom passed, and then maybe like about a year or two ago. So it was like that. We didn't really have a relationship like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I wasn't really in trouble. However, my sister she just always was doing something. And because I was the oldest, you get whooped too.
Oof, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, I know when me and my mother had the discussion of me, coming out and telling her I was gay and stuff like that, I couldn't have company as much as I used to have.
Oh, because she thought you might be doing.
Girl, honey, the boys couldn't come to the room no more. Which was crazy because all my friends were straight. So I was like, I guess as a parent, you can't tell who's what.
Right.
So yeah,
we throwing a blanket over the whole thing. You can't have nobody over.
Okay, honey, listen. Y'all go outside.
The other thing that I just remember, Bella, is when you were telling your story and you were telling about how like 1 year your parents went to the parent and teacher conference, and your teacher told your parents that you are a great kid in school, but you just talk too much, and you said that you talk when you're bored. Growing up for me, I always had teachers say that I talk too loud.
Not you.
Really?
You know what's funny, Bella? I could attest for that. I was a class clown. So I would always get good grades, but talks too much, or Leo focus 1 minute and then stop focusing. I remember I got to high school and we were like in this hospital program, and I never cared if anybody called my house because you could never get anybody on the line because my family stayed in church. They would always call my sister, which I hated. I was like, oh my God, I'm so going to get a lecture when I bump into her. And my friends would always stand outside my house, and my sister would be coming home from work, so she'd always give me a lecture. Oh my goodness. But I would always get that. But my mother told me one time that she could always tell when I was doing good and when I wasn't because I'm a bragger. So if I had good grades, I'd always come home bragging because, they give you some extra coins, honey. Okay.
Yes.
I guess when the grades drop, I wasn't saying nothing, honey. Okay.
Yeah, my father was very strict on grades and going to school and getting good grades. So I was saying how, if I came home with an A, he's like, why not an A+? Or if I had a B, heaven forbid, why wasn't it an A? Or if I got an A minus, why is it a minus? Like stuff like that he would like tease me on, but not like in a bad way. It's just like, you have the potential to do better than this.
Yeah.
So I want you to get to that level. I want you to excel. And so he would always lecture me about that kind of stuff. And so, like I said, his lectures were worse than my mother yelling.
Wow. I understand because my sister's like that. She will give you a lecture until you're ready to like, oh.
I'm like, to this day, I don't like to hear like a long, drawn out conversation. I'd be like,
I can't even pay attention that long.
Yeah, the way my ADD is set up, I just tune you right out. It goes right out the other. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get why we have to have this long, drawn out conversation. And it's funny because at work I have this guy who always wants to tell like a long drawn out story when we're trying to just get to like the brass tacks of what we need to do and then move on and do what we got to do. And I swear to God, every time it shuffles back to him, I'm like, oh no, here we go. Hey, I see a couple of people just came in. Hi, Tony. Welcome in.
Hi, Tony.
Hello.
And Agassi. Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome in. We're just talking about parents, how you were parented versus how you parent your children. And I was saying that from my children, I never wanted to spank them. I never wanted to hit them or make them feel like they, were so bad that they needed this kind of corporate punishment. And so I was watching the Instagram, but I felt like, you know what, there are those children that need that fear. They don't need to have fear in that they're going to get hit, but they need fear to know that this is not appropriate behavior.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what's missing because I hate to see them with that leash thing, and I've seen it.
Okay.
Parents are having that leash like I'm walking a dog. No, you're walking a human being.
Yeah,
human beings do not need leashes.
Something I don't know how people are gonna react to this. Isn't that a white thing? Because black people don't put their kids on leashes.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen a black person do it, but I have seen plenty of other people do it.
I've seen Caucasian people do that.
I think personally, if the parents today will go back how it was when I was born, child, even the slightest thing, if I say F you or bitch or whoever, or try to even say no, the little quickest thing my mother could have clutched to her hand, she was throwing it at me.
I was always taught growing up, whatever you didn't get for Christmas, don't make a big deal because my birthday was 3 months behind. So that kind of stuck with me. So when Christmas came and I didn't get anything, I was like, okay, I'll get it for March.
Yeah.
That so I will say is always installed.
I think parents today are so concerned about the ACS or the DIFIS situation.
Child, they need a good spanking themselves, honey.
Like where I'm from, they be like, you go call them and tell them come get you, and they can get you when they come.
Absolutely.
Cause honey, listen, the slightest thing, even if it was a barbed wire, well, not barbed wire, honey. If it was a wire, a hanger, or a pot spoon, or something, you get it whooped.
I used to call my mother Mommy Dearest. Because she would stay trying to get something to hit me with it. I was like, excuse me, ma'am. And if you tell her you calling whatever, she'll be like, what phone you gonna use? Because you ain't calling my phone. You ain't gonna use my phone to call. You better go find another phone to call. You ain't using my phone to call nobody on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if people will go back to those days, I'm telling you, the children today.
But I think we would make good parents.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, my children would be spoiled because I would be spoiled. Well, I was spoiled, so it's just, it has to be that way. But I would teach them a little different from how my mother taught me, because I believe, like, I think now because I'm grown, I would teach my children to learn everything, so then when they get older, they have a hustle in everything. And I wish I had that. It's like, well, damn, if I had all these skills when I was younger, I would have been able to do all this. So I would definitely teach my children to do everything. Learn makeup, learn hair, learn construction, learn everything you possibly learn. So then when you get older, you have an income. And you don't never have to depend on anybody.
Absolutely. And also finance. I think for me, having my father, who was very analytical, teach me about finance and how to manage and budget my money was very helpful to me. Not that
you budget your money, not Miss Makeup Queen girl. Honey, not Miss Shop Tissue.
You can have makeup because it keep them coins coming.
Oh, yeah.
It was an income.
And also another thing is, when I was a kid and you did something wrong in school, the teacher had permission to whoop you. Then when you're on your way going home, the neighbor had permission to whoop you. Then when you get home,
that reminds me of a story, a short one.
Then when you get home, your mama gonna beat you or your daddy gonna beat you. So there was this one time, my brother, because my father was picking up one of my step siblings from school. So the teacher had already disciplined him or whatever. He embarrassed him so bad in school where he whooped him in front of the class.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I would have had to smack a hoe. But anyway.
He whooped him in front of the class.
I know if you go to church and you do something bad, they sit you next to the old person that sits in the front. I used to hate that. That happened to me a couple of times. That's probably why I didn't like going to church.
Listen, I told y'all what happened to me. I had to go to mass in the morning on Sunday, early morning mass. Then I had to go to my grandmother's church, which is Baptist. Hang on a second. I need to plug in my computer.
Oh, now she's doing after dark, but she ain't plugged in, girl.
Child. Listen, it got real out here in the streets. All right, guys, I'm going to go because I'm not going to finish this wine. It's not going to happen.
Why? You don't like the sweetness?
I don't. And too sweet wines, when they're too sweet, they give me a headache.
So you like bitter? I
like not bitter, dry. Like I'm going to get a Sauvignon. Well, I'm not going to get anything right now. But I'm going to put a Sauvignon Blanc in for tomorrow to chill.
So when did you start drinking wine? At what age?
Oh, that's a good question. Because in the Catholic religion, you actually drink it every Sunday for communion. So after I had my communion my first communion at 7. So at 7, I had my first taste of wine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the Catholic religion, they give you the blood, they don't give you the body, which is backwards because you're supposed to have both.
Well, they give you both in the Catholic. In the Roman Catholic, they give you both. They give you the body and the blood. Yeah, Tony, for people who love sweet wine, I'm telling you, this you guys would love.
Well,
okay, send it to me.
It's in the description box below. It's called a Muscat, which is in the Moscato family. And it's sweet, but it has like a nice floral note to it. So yeah, This will be when company comes over, if I ever have company over.
Ooh, not if she'll ever have company or not.
If I ever have company over. Well, it's COVID, honey. You got to come with your medical records. So I can see that you had all your shots.
Ooh, okay. All
Are
your
you
vaccines.
immunized? Like, let me see your paperwork. Hi, Angie. Hi, Sissy. Thank you for coming. Oh, my people are coming over to say hi.
Yeah.
Yay. Thanks for coming. All right, guys. Hold, please. But I go and change out this wine. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. So you know how Jesus turned water into wine? I turned wine back into water.
I went to go get water myself here.
Oh wow! So Angel, how's you and your girlfriend doing?
Since life has been so busy, I haven't had time to speak to her on the regular basis like we did. And right now, we're just like keeping the both of us as friends for right now. I'm not saying that we're like broken up or anything. Nothing. It's just that I haven't had time to speak to her, and I've just been so busy with life lately. I haven't had time to talk to her on the daily basis like I did in the beginning. I don't hate her. I love her to death, but it's just for right now. We're just like we're not broken up or anything. We're just staying as friends.
Okay.
Okay.
You see what I did, Bella? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So so we were talking about kids and what the difference is going to be raising children. Are they going to be more like what you experienced growing up, or is it going to be a little different? And like I said, for me, it was definitely the latter, because I really wanted my kids to understand that yes, I'm going.
Hey, Shonda.
Hey, Shonda.
Hey, Miss Corner.
But I'm also going to teach you as well. And like I always say, like, my father is crazy, was crazy, and my mother is certifiable. So you never know what you're gonna get with me. So I could go either way.
You have 2 children?
I have 2. I have a boy and a girl.
Okay. Are they twins or no?
No, the boy is 7.5, almost 8 years apart.
Okay. How old are your children?
Old.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm 29, so.
Ooh.
But no, they're older. They're grown.
Are they my age or no older?
Oh no, they're not as old as you. They're not as old as you, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Not as old.
They're not as seasoned.
Not as
I say seasoned. They're not as seasoned as you, baby.
Ooh, and I am seasoned.
Honey, you have lived, honey. You know how we do. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit.
The question is, has he lived?
Yeah.
Has who lived?
Angel. Miss Angel up there, girl.
Oh, Angel, have you lived, honey?
What does that mean?
Let us know. Let us know.
Yes, have you lived, Angel?
What
He
does
ain't
that
lived
mean?
yet,
Have I
girl.
lived?
Tony's
He gotta get a little bit of seasoning.
Angel's like, he don't know what that means to have lived, darling. To have
If you're
lived.
saying like years, I'm 31.
Exactly, like you've had experiences, right? You've been out in the
Yeah.
world. You've seen
Well,
things.
that, but also I went through a lot growing up, cause I've been through so much growing up, from the services that I had to the people that I had, because I not only had a guardianship, I had a social worker, I had a leader in the service of MCRS that I was in at the time, and I've had a whole bunch of team members. But everything I've been through has just been so much. But at the same time, it's been progressive as well. Because let me read you a post that my brother tagged me in last week on the day of my birthday. That I just want to read to you, because
Can
I
I
love
ask
what he
a
said.
dumb question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know it's going to be a dumb question, but I have to
No
ask
question is dumb, boo.
Angel, have you ever smoked a cigarette?
Hell no, nor have I drank a beer.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, today at work, I had to open like 25 cans of beer and pour them down the sink. And I just hated the smell of the alcohol. And the smell of it tells me why I should never drink. And another reason why I've always made it to myself to never drink is because growing up, my dad was a huge alcoholic.
Oh, okay.
I always kept the commitment to never drink or smoke. So I've never had a cigarette or an e-cig or any form of tobacco, and I've never had any kind of alcohol in my life.
Well,
And another reason why I will never smoke is because I just hate the smell of cigarettes. Every time I smell a cigarette, have to cover my nose as though my shirt is my own mask.
I hear you.
Do you smoke?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I used to do cigars. I haven't smoked a cigar in a long time, but I used to smoke cigars.
My grandfather used to smoke that. I used to think it was so cool. I don't know why, but
you know what? My grandfather used to do the pipes, and they say like when you are like you can get used to the smell, and it like brings back some kind of nostalgia about your childhood.
yeah.
And that was true. Like when I first started smoking cigars, and really I did it because I was in the advertising business, and you got to be where the big boys are. And they used to go hang out the cigar bars. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go too. And that's where I just, took up the smoking of cigars. And every once in a while, I may do one. Like if I'm hanging out with some friends and they're all smoking cigar, I may do one as well.
Okay.
But not as often. Not as often. But I like it. I like the smell of the cigars.
Yeah, I don't find them bothering. I feel better not smoking anymore. Oh, that's good.
Okay. So did you smoke cigarettes?
Again.
Would you smoke?
She used to smoke cigarettes.
Oh, she smoked cigarettes. Oh, okay.
What was your choice of brand?
For cigars?
No, I was talking about for her for cigarettes.
Oh.
But yeah, what was your choice for cigars? Because I don't know the choices for cigars.
Well, I did like Macanudo ones. There's some good ones from Honduras that are really good. Of course, Cuban are like the gold standard, but even the Cuban cigars, like if you didn't get it in Cuba, are they really Cuban? You don't know. But Honduran and Colombian cigars are really good. Newport and Pall Mall. I used to have to go. My mother and my father both smoked cigarettes, and to Angel's point, I never wanted to smell cigarettes. Like to me, that's the turn off. I don't like cigarette smoke.
Neither do I.
So I used to have to go to the store to get my mother Newport cigarettes and a bottle of Pepsi.
I used to have to go to the cigarette store too to get people cigarettes, and I didn't like it. I was like, but then they tell you can keep the change.
Right. Well, I just kept the change anyway. I'm like, that's your tax for telling me I got to go to the store. Okay? Don't ask for no change because you ain't get no change.
And then you get older and they send you to the liquor store, child.
Yeah.
Right.
Mary.
Right. So for me, like I started drinking, like socially drinking wine probably in college.
Okay.
Not until college. Like, I mean, if I had parties, my parents had parties or whatever, I would like be the resident bartender and I would have a sip, like, oh, let me try and see if it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
gonna
I more something in here.
we're gonna get down because he's getting sleepy.
Oh, Watson, you sleepy? I know you had an early start today, right?
Yeah, he does the morning time talk. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's normally up at 7.
He like, listen, I'm trying to go to bed, baby.
I love you, Watson, and I love you, Leo. I miss everyone. I need to try to get to doing YouTube more, but first I need to take care of my own stuff from work to house hunting.
Yes, work first, honey. Work comes first.
But before you guys, Watson and Leo leave, let me go back to how I lived. As I was trying to tell you, basically the day of my birthday last week, my brother had tagged me in an Instagram post where he says, "Happy birthday at Angels Army 19. Happy birthday to the best big brother I could ever ask for. I love you so much, and you taught me so many things. Watching you progress through life after all it's thrown at you is truly inspirational. There's never any stopping you when you put your mind to something. I love you, my guy, always. I hope you have an awesome one this year and many more to come." I loved everything my brother said to me in that Instagram post because he's seen what I've been through, and I have been had a lot thrown at me, as my brother said. But there's never really been anything to stop me when I put my mind to something, because I've always kept on going after what I would like or wanted when I put my mind to something. Like right now, it's a house.
Absolutely. And I think that too, the way we grew up builds character. Bye, guys. Love you.
Enjoy your night, you guys.
Bye, Watson and Leo. Good night.
I think, because we went through so much, it kind of shapes how you then grow up and what you value as important. And, working hard and striving and doing your best really comes out of that kind of mentality that you had growing up, where, you were told that you needed to excel. Hey, Tuber Chat, welcome in. Thanks for coming. You were taught that. You were taught to excel. You were taught to never accept less than, and to do your best and to really strive.
And also, I'm not the only person that probably went through this growing up. But growing up through my kid, teenage, and early adult years, I always thought that the people around me knew what was best for me. But the only person that knows what's best for me is me. Because if you think your mom knows what's best for you, then you don't know that. Because what if she wants you to work in the family business, but you want to fulfill the dream of being a celebrity, a sports star, or a actor/actress? But you keep on listening to what your mom tells you, but it's not what you thought was helping you out. the only person that knows what's best for you is you. And that's what I've
Absolutely.
learned myself growing up, because I thought my service providers knew what was best for me, but in the end, I only knew what was best for me is myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to drop the link because I think Tony wants to come up.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on just 1 second. I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. All right, I'm back. I'll turn on the camera in a sec.
I'm back as well.
Tony's here. Hey, Tony.
Hey, love.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Angel, how you doing?
Doing well,
I
Tony
am
D.
good. I am doing. I think that a lot of the way that we were raised, it always goes. I hate to say it goes back to not just slavery, but a little bit after slavery. So we always wanted, you always want your generation that you make out of your kids, the next generation to do better than you. Like a lot of
Yeah.
our great grandparents, and they all don't, some of them only have third grade education. Well, before them, they didn't have school. And then from not being able to go to school, a lot of them went to third grade education. So a lot of black people, and they never had like college people, like even till today, you got some families that in 2020 it took this the first person in our family to go to college. So there's a lot of pressure that's put on our children because we want them to go further than us, which doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong, but we have to understand that the struggles where we came from. We don't want our kids to struggle, doing what, not having the same opportunities and not going for them, which we couldn't. And then you have some parents, because of the newer opportunities, they want to live through their children.
Right.
So they push and push and push and push. But now I'm sorry they didn't have, like, not having internet and stuff. I'm sorry you didn't have that in your generation.
Right. Well, listen, I'm glad we didn't have internet when I was growing up, because good Lord.
I'm talking about the opportunities, not the. I ain't get to the camera phone yet. I ain't get to the cameras. God bless you. God bless us. But I'm saying a lot of, like, even like you had a time before the typewriter, and everybody had to write shorthand. So now everybody using a typewriter, or even like with the taking pictures. Before they was taking pictures, they had to draw everything. So with each new advancement, they're mad. They think we're supposed to jump on it.
Right. And now it's TikTok. Everybody's TikToking.
Yeah, they want it because I'm telling you now. The good part about it is the kids are now teaching us how to make money. Because I didn't make this YouTube account. I didn't want YouTube. No, I didn't do Facebook. I didn't do none of the above. My daughter, Ma, then she got a YouTube account. Ma, you need to get one. Now she stopped doing it, and I just got
and you
one
still going.
Yeah, once I start, I go. But I'm just saying that. I mean, it's good to the point that now we are disappointing the kids.
Yes.
The roles has changed.
Right.
The
Right.
roles has changed. Now they are ashamed of us.
I love it though.
Now
I love it. I just saw that commercial the other day where the mom is like doing the TikTok and the daughter's like, "Oh," and she's like, "My fans love me."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now is the roles has reversed. Thank you for showing us all of this.
Absolutely.
Now we out there making that money your way because we know the struggle. So now we showing up. So now we out
and
there
that's what I taught my kids too. Like, always have multiple streams of income. Like, don't just depend on one paycheck, because when that paycheck stops, guess what? You got nothing else coming in.
Yeah,
So your brown girl got multiple things in the works.
And then we was taught too, which the kids don't get. We was taught now you got to do it for 6 months and more. Now we was taught to save 3 months worth of rent and bills and everything. What you call that for rainy days? But now in these days, you got to at least have 6 months because jobs and stuff is scarce. But you got to have 6. That's just for rainy days. So if you lose your job, but these kids, I'm sorry to say, most of these kids smoking all their money away.
Yeah.
That daggone marijuana. Oh my God. I'm like, shit.
And now it's going to be legal in New York. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be
the whole
worse
thing.
now.
Really?
Yeah, they passed the law.
They did?
I think Cuomo got pressure to do it because all the stuff he's going through right now. But
this is a populated city.
It.
It's a bigger populated city that gets high. That's a lot of money, honey. That's a lot of tax money.
Exactly. Hey, Terry, welcome in.
But I think that's like the big issue that is always going to be. It's just that we are the only generation that turned the tables where now we're disappointing them. Like we're embarrassing them. But a lot of parents, back, especially, it depends on your background too, but it all leads to the same thing. We didn't have it. I want you to go, especially like we got like West Indian parents, they don't play. Parents that coming from other countries don't, especially the West Indians, honey, they don't play with their kids. You better be no like just straight up books. The Chinese people too, and other depending on what but they come here. They tell you, I ain't come here for you not to be nothing.
Exactly. No, they demand it. So I mean, that goes.
But a lot of them, they grow, especially like even the African people when they come here. But they get older and they miserable. That was going according to what Angel was saying. They are miserable. They are miserable. I didn't want to be no damn doctor. I wanted to do this. I didn't want to be a damn lawyer. I mean, all these good job people beg to be, they got forced to be into it. And that's why you see a lot of doctors, you could tell they're not happy. You could tell when it's a happy doctor and one that, especially the Indian ones too.
Right, that they're not really enjoying what they do.
Right, it's just that's just what they do. But you could tell they want to do something else. And a lot of them end up on their own prescription drugs.
Yeah. I can totally see that. We had a huge problem here in CT, and it's so bad now. Like when my nerve pain is acting up, like I literally have to be like on like very, 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 it has to be very, very painful for me to now go to the doctor and say, okay, I need to have some medication, because I know going in there and saying, I need something, if it's a pain and it's not bad, I mean, to go through the hoops that I have to go to get it, I'm like, I only pull that trigger when I really need it. And so I often go long stretches of time without having any medicine to ease that pain. So then when the pain is bad, it takes a lot to actually calm it down, calm the nerve down, because the nerve is so used to being prevalent and really like powerful.
Yeah, but we're the wrong generation for us to be watching. The people who need to watch us, who get a black market, give us our pills. We're the wrong age. I'm not saying that we can't get, hooked, but at our age bracket, we're not trying to get hooked from a doctor. That's
right.
You can get that off the street.
Right.
That's what these kids are selling now.
Yeah. I don't need that. I need to, be functional and be able to function. And that's the thing with me, when the pain is so bad that I cannot function. It takes me a while. It takes me a long while to be able to get back on the right rhythm again, because it's so bad that that's all I can focus on is the pain.
But do you think, let me ask you, do you think, I'm sorry, Angel, go ahead.
That if you saw me muted, it's because I had gotten a phone call from my sister.
Oh, no problem. Okay. Do you think that even though some of us got beat, to go backwards a little bit, some of us got beat to the point that we didn't want to do that to our kids. But do you think that they did deserve spankings? Because them not getting beat took something. It took something away from them. It's like it made them a little bit too soft. And it's okay to be opinionated, but now they're super opinionated. Now they got to the point where they can tell you what they're going to do. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. Or I get to one. Like we was told one time, get this done. Go to the store. Do this. Do that. I'm not saying they should get beat the way we got beaten.
Right.
But we got to understand that goes back to our grandparents and grandparents. So they just transferred it. But as the generations went, they started beating the kids less. I'm not talking about abuse, but even a little pap in the mouth or something. People don't even want you to pap a kid in the mouth, not even a hand. You can't pap them on the hand no more. They call them that abuse. And then I think some of these kids, they're with no consequences in your head besides, well, I'm going to take something from you. Please, these kids got 2 phones and we don't know about it. I'm trying to tell you. They got a friend.
Absolutely.
They done got that Obama. They went got the Obama phone, whatever. Because they're going to find a way. Or if you cut the internet off, which dumb me didn't realize if you cut the phone off. I didn't realize they can still use the Wi-Fi, right? I'm thinking the phone is off. And I'm trying to figure out, why is this boy phone ringing? The boy was still getting phone. Like, how you doing that? He was like, because it's the Wi-Fi phone. I said, I'll be damned. I was like, I said, well, damn, I got to pull the Wi-Fi out. Then what I did? This is in the beginning stages. When you thought you was outsmarting these kids and they knew they could still use the Wi-Fi. I was like, oh, okay, phones are still usable. Okay. Figure out. And then like even with the games and stuff, you making like take a game or something from them, but they don't even accept the punishment the way we had to accept it. We just puffed and puffed, but we took that punishment. They want to argue. They want to argue you down.
Yep.
So you think I don't think that span that rod should be abolished. I'm just sorry, because I'm looking at the conditions that these kids, I'm listening how they don't have respect for their parents, don't have no respect for adults. They just don't have no respect at all. And there's nobody to call and say anything to them about their kids, because they don't even have no respect for their parents. So what is their parents supposed to do? Beat them? They're not doing nothing. They scared of the kids.
And what I hate to see is when children are just rude. And I think that also stems from my grandmother, because she also was like, I cannot stand a rude child. And to hear some of these children talk back to their parents and yell at them and curse at them and not to have any repercussions, like, are you kidding me? My mother tells me there was one time, I think I was about 2 or 3, and I wanted some potato chips, and she said no. And we were in the store, and I like sprawled out on the floor, and I was like, I want potato chips. I want potato chips. I don't remember. I'm 2 or 3, so I don't remember this. But she said she picked me up off that floor and she spanked my butt and told me, get your butt up. And from then on, I was like, okay, mommy, like,
exactly.
No problem. I jumped up with a quickness. I said, oh, I know, because you certifiable. I told y'all my mother crazy.
My mother wasn't crazy, but she was a contestant. She was damn sure runner-up. She was damn sure runner-up.
First runner-up, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You couldn't tell the difference.
Okay. No, my mother is certifiable. There's something wrong with that lady. There's clearly something wrong with that lady. And my father was crazy too. He didn't spank me, and I don't remember him ever like hitting me at all. But I remember 2 things. 1, the lectures, which I told y'all about. And then 2, I don't know what I did, but he put me on a fence, you know, those wrought iron fences with the it has like a blade at the top where you can like hang. It's like a pitch fence, those pitchfork fences. You guys know what I'm talking about? That like the top is almost like a blade comes out, or like a club, you know, the ace of clubs or whatever, where the oh goodness, I cannot speak to that. And I didn't have any wine. But he put me on one of those fences because I did something, and he literally hung me from the fence.
Oh,
so I was literally dangling off the fence, and they like continued walking up the block to the point where I couldn't see them anymore. And I'm screaming my head off. I'm crying. I'm like, and I remember the feeling, but I don't remember what happened. That's how traumatized I was.
Man, listen, I would have preferred that rather than to back in the days, parents stepped to that school and you got it right there. I would have preferred nobody saw me hanging on the fence. then the whole class watching you get that boo-boo. And then you could laugh, but then again, you couldn't laugh because my parent wasn't the only one. That's how parents was back then.
That's right.
But I was like, oh my God. It got to the point I had to make nice with them. I promise I'd be like, don't call that woman, please. Don't call her.
Don't call her at all. Look, I'll pay you money not to call her.
Please, Lord. What you say? You want me to pass extra homework? No problem.
Okay, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. Just please don't call that crazy lady. Tell her come up here. My son was in, I think, 7th grade or 6th grade, something like that. And one of his friends' mothers came up to school and spanked him like that. And like ever since that day, my son was on a straight and narrow. I didn't have to do a thing. Thank you, Dewan's mother. That's all I had to say to him was, do you want a spanking? Do you want me to come up to the school and spank you like Dewan's mother? No, ma'am. No, mommy. I don't want that. No, mommy. I won't do that again.
And then we'll make it like even bad is the school itself. Like, especially boys.
Yes.
Not just black boys, but they're not, well, depending on what type of female you are, they're not meant to sit down for 4 hours straight.
Yes.
things has changed to whereas, and this is why, some people figure their kids are smart and some people figure their kids are not, and then you pick favoritism because some
Right.
kids is left brain, some kids is right brain.
Mm-hmm.
So if the left brain is getting fulfilled because that's logic, that's learning and logic and memory and all this stuff. So
Right.
they're getting fulfilled with all the things that fulfill how they think. Now, if I'm right brain, that's more of art, poetry, literature, like freestyle. And here I'm in school, and one half of the kids is doing something they're getting taught things that serve them. But where's the outlet for the other kids?
Right.
Because they done took everything out of the schools. I mean, even though, well, it's the parents' job to find. Sometimes it's just not in your community. Believe me, it's not every community is the same. Every parent don't have a car. Every parent don't have car fare. Before it was in the schools. So that means you put us more at a even pace because some art class you may not pass. But now
Right.
you may gotta go, you may be sitting in summer school right along with me. I may be doing English, but you're doing art. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Absolutely.
so that has changed a lot to whereas it started to make our children look even uneducated than other kids.
Right.
But it was always like that because even when I was in school, I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm listening, and I'm like, we got the, and some teachers, especially our children, a lot of boys, they do got ADHD, not the one that diagnosed. I mean, they cannot sit down for 4 to 5 hours. You can't, but that's what they do. Then you want them to memorize stuff to them that don't make no sense. So what satisfaction? That's why a lot of kids drop out too. And
Yeah.
they're bored. So I try to, parents have to understand that too
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down to kids. Stop picking
Right.
favorite kids. Stop calling this one smart and
Mm-hmm.
this one not smart. Maybe they're not in their element. But
Mm-hmm.
when you want them to do better than you, you're not thinking about it like that.
Exactly. I know some people came in. For some reason, my StreamYard is not showing me, but I see Clifford's in the building. Hi, Clifford. And Mr. 100 Rounds. Hey. Welcome in, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. We're talking about sparing the rod or spoiling the child. Yay
That's
or
boring.
nay?
That is spare the rod. I don't know which one is the year and nay
Spare
for,
the
but
rod
I
or
don't
spoil
think
the
that you
child?
should spare the rod, but I think it should be non-abusive.
Yes, absolutely. And I definitely think, there's a way to do it because I did it. I managed to, raise 2 children without having to spank them. One, thank you, Dewan's mother for putting that fear, that fear in my son, because he knew then, okay, my mother is crazy enough to come up here and do some ish like this. Let me slow my roll.
No, but some kids,
I get a pop up.
a quick pop is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as they say something smart, pop. Depending on the
Mm-hmm.
age,
Well, my
because
son used to get the pow pow with the pow pow. So he would tell you, I don't want no pow pow.
yeah, pop out.
I don't want
But
the pow pow.
but
He said, well,
that
then be
is
good. You gonna
needed.
get the pow pow.
Cause you saw the video I put up there last time. Did
Yes,
you saw? I mean, there's more videos that's out there that's like that. And at some point in time, I don't care what type of parents you didn't put that fear in them. You ain't talking to me like that.
exactly.
And that
And
was
that's what I'm talking about. Like, to the point where these kids grow up and they think that, to solve their problems or whatever, you can go up to a school fully loaded with machine guns and whatever, and take people's lives because you're unhappy, or you can steal and take drugs and whatnot because you don't feel fulfilled. I'm like, what is going on? And I hate when parents have their children on leashes. I'm like, dogs should be on leashes, not children. Not children. They should not be on a leash. I told my son one time when he was growing up, I said, where are you supposed to be? As we were walking, he said, beside you. I said, okay, then get there. And he would say, right at my side, and we would walk together side by side. You don't walk behind me. You don't walk in front of me. You're supposed to be right here by my side. That's where you're supposed to be. And I didn't have to tell him but once.
Oh, Lord, my son, he probably be behind me, down the block. I'm like, boy, if you don't care, I need somebody, because he's so slow. He's so slow. He's so slow. He's so slow. So I'm always a block ahead of him. I'm like, oh God. He's older. It wasn't like that when he was younger. He's older now. He's a teenager now. No, they're not walking by your side.
Exactly.
Well, mine's not. Mine's not. But I think a lot of this.
He knew. You right beside me, buddy. But he killed me because he acted like he's an old man. We call him Gramps to this day. He was we were walking and I was pregnant with my daughter, and he's walking beside me and he keeps stopping and rubbing his knee. I said, well, what's wrong with you? He said, God. I think I got a touch of arthritis.
Oh Lordy.
He was 7. I said, what you know about having a touch of arthritis? He heard my grandmother say it. As a net, he think he got he got a touch of arthritis because my grandmother had it. I said, oh, okay.
All right, but they still got to move, right? Let's go.
Exactly. Keep going. I was like, boy, I'm carrying your sister and I'm older than you. If anybody got a touch of anything, it's me.
Now my daughter stayed side by side with me. My son, and then people also have to realize every child their parents don't seem to realize that there's no good child, there's no bad child. Yeah, because one goes on to do great things and one don't. That doesn't make the child bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't make this one. I know you want all of them to succeed, all of them to be doing, but in reality, no. Don't go like you still love them the same. Because what happens is now that other child starts to always do things to rebel, to make that, you don't want to give me the attention? I bet you would. Popo gonna be calling you because I'm gonna be doing things. The school gonna be calling you. But that's all part of being rebellion. Or, well, I'm gonna drink or I'm gonna smoke, not knowing that it leads them down the rabbit hole. They don't know that they're destroying themselves. Exactly. But at that point in time, they want some attention that the golden child is getting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Clifford says most kids had to respect their parents at all times. If they don't, they had to learn the hard way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I really think nowadays that art is lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we have kids, I've seen them here in Connecticut yelling and screaming at their mothers, calling their mothers all kinds of names, telling them they're not going to do something. And like my little temper tantrum I had at 2 is like quadrupled with these kids. Like they are really out of control, some of them. So what do you do in that case?
Don't give me the line because I'd have been just like mama. Like wherever you want it at, wherever you do it at, that's where it's going down at.
Okay.
Well, Tony T, as a once famous singer, one song, Mama said there'd be days like this. There'd be days like this.
Mama said. Mama said. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But to be quite Sorry. Do you want to go first, or can I, Tony?
I just want to say the other perfect song is Mama used to say, take your time, young man.
Yes.
Mama used to
Yeah.
say, don't you rush, get up. Now,
Uh-huh.
they don't even make songs right. They don't make no songs that make you think anymore.
No.
Go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
Angel. Sorry.
Basically what I was gonna say, and to be quite honest, I don't really speak to neither of my parents anymore. I mean, I did speak to my mom last week, to tell her how I feel, because my mom still says that she loves me, but if she did, why didn't she love me as much as a kid to take better care of me instead of putting
Mm-hmm.
me in the services that I was in growing up? Because I was in a corporate group home called MCRS in Moorhead, Minnesota, and I was also later transferred to CCRI in the same city. My mom said that she still loves me as her son. Well, if she loved me, why didn't she do anything to try to keep me as her kid, to try to teach me? And for a lot of the autistic, special needs kids, so a lot of parents don't really know what to do with their special needs kid. It's like, come on, what are you doing, child? Stop! And then they are like, no, kid, just stop doing that, or something. Then
Uh-huh.
later on, just put the kid up for adoption. And if my mom truly loved me, she would have done more research into what I had growing up and tried to find ways to take better care of me. And um
Yeah.
and
I
I
see
just
that I can't touch that one because I don't know with you being artistic. I don't know with how they were brought up. Was they able to take care of one? And maybe they thought a facility you would thrive more than them. So touch I
yeah,
can't touch
but
the meaning,
but
you know.
there's just a lot growing up that I just really am so remembrance of the that involved my mom. And now that I'm 31, I just want to live the life that I want. And if it means crossing out my mom and dad, then so be it. I don't give a
Mhm.
crap if my mom still loves me. She didn't love me growing up, and I just want to be able to be a grown adult, live independent, follow my dreams, do and accomplish what I want as a 30-year-old and make a
Mhm.
brighter future for myself.
Absolutely.
But we can't
Absolutely.
you still, but that's not to say that, like I said, I know a lot of parents who are not equipped to take care of autistic kids, and they do send their kids to play. So I'm not equipped to say, and maybe you should maybe do a little try to give it a little more understanding before you cut them off, because it doesn't mean that they didn't love you. Maybe they just wasn't equipped to handle an autistic child.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I can't really say
Well,
you
I
right, you
mean,
right, you wrong,
I
you
can say
wrong.
that for a lot of people too, T, because a lot of people, had children very early in life, as teenagers. And so they were not equipped to handle children when they're a child themselves, growing up
Hmm.
and learning and developing. So
Hmm.
I think in that case, like, you almost have to say to yourself, well, is this the best that they knew how to do at the
Right,
time?
right.
Right.
So just
You
think
know?
about it before you write them off. That's all we're saying.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, because a lot of it, is because they just didn't know. And I mean, as parents, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I'm sure,
Yeah.
my children don't think I was the best mom ever, but they know that they were loved and they were cared for, and that I always have their back no matter what. Now, did I give them everything they wanted? No, but I gave them what I thought they needed to have. And if they did as I did well in school and, did their chores and did whatever, then they got extra treats. But that's how I was taught, hard work gets rewards. And
Yep.
I didn't just get nice things just for, being. I got nice things because I went the extra mile. Now, when I got old enough to have my own job, I was like, huh, I'm going to do what I want to do with my money because now it's my money. So, but also in that, I was also glad that my father was able to teach me about, opening up bank accounts and, putting your money away and making sure that, you sign up for the 401ks. And, I didn't understand, like, why am I signing up for them to take more money out of my check? Like, they take enough money out of my check for these taxes. Why do I need more? But he was like, no, you're going to be able to rest in knowing that when you are ready to use that money, you have it available to you. And so, a lot of kids didn't have that. And I made sure that, that's one of the things that I wanted to pass on to my children because, again, they're 20s and whatever, and they live the life and they want to go out and have, cocktails with their friends or brunch with their friends and hang out and do all this stuff. And I'm like, well, you also need to put away money because you never know when something will come down and you might need something for whatever reason, whether you have or not.
Like an emergency.
Exactly. Like my daughter had to go and get her wisdom teeth pulled out. And had she not been made by me to save her money, she wouldn't have had that money to do her wisdom teeth. So things like that, you don't know it's coming, but when it hits, you need to be prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was able to use some of her savings to get her teeth done. Now, had she not saved, she probably would have, been calling me for that money.
And then he has to look at his parents, like their lifestyle, because you gotta say, like, some kids were sent away or taken away because their parents was on drugs and stuff like that. You gotta see that, what type of life they was living when they sent me away. I mean, either way is good, but is it because if they is good people and they sent me to this place, maybe they was thinking it was for my best interest. Because was you abused or anything when you went away?
But I see where you're coming from, Tony. I just need to still keep my mom in my life, and still have her be a part of me because I never know when the day will come when she will be gone and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And everything that you said there, Tony, I understand what you mean. Because I shouldn't let the stuff from the past, but it's just that I guess I have that past stuck inside of me where I wish she to would have took better care of me. But I think at the time it was still a little not too informed as it probably is now about special needs kids. And nowadays people are becoming more aware of special needs kids for parents that have newborns and later on have their child grow up with some type of special needs like autism, ADHD, or some type of disorder. And but as a kid, when of how my mom took care of me, I shouldn't let that haunt me. I should still have her be a part of my life. And I know she still loves me as my mom, but I guess as her son, I just want her to not be so parental controlled.
Yeah, I mean, talk to her and, just express your concerns because, like you said, you never know when the day will come when she's going to be called home. So you do want to rectify and solidify your relationship with her and come to a new level of understanding. Hey, King of Rail Games, thank you so much for dropping by.
King. Hey,
Thank
King.
you. And Clifford, yeah, kids have to be careful with money because never know, money will go missing. Put it up right away. Yeah, absolutely. Money's not an infinite thing. You're not promised it every day. So, take care of your money. Save your money. Make sure that you have stuff for when, emergencies hit, because emergencies always hit. There's always something going on, whether it's at home or, whether it's, medical, what have you.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of parents do send their kids to assisted living. So that's basically
Mm-hmm.
what he's talking about, assisted living. Because
Yes.
maybe, like I said, they felt that can offer you more. So sit back and think about, ways of, you know, why would they do that? And try to forgive them. Because I don't think they did it out of malice or to hurt you.
Thank
And
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. T, go ahead. T, you were saying something?
oh no, I was finished, but I was just feeling for him because he's in pain.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta sit back and reflect and say, you know what, they wasn't doing this for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
because
I thank you for your advice there, Tony.
but my heart goes out to you because you just wanted your mommy and daddy, and you trying to figure out why
Mm-hmm.
mommy and daddy
Yeah.
didn't want me. But in the mix of that, you still is an artistic kid, and
Yep.
maybe your assistant living because they teach you how to be independent. They teach you a lot in assistant living that your parents probably would not have taught you. Look at you on your own now, correct?
Yep. He's on his own. He's looking for a house. He's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
doing
I'm looking for a
well.
house now.
He's doing very well.
Now,
Look at you go.
if your parents didn't do that, they would have babied you and hovered over you, and you probably wouldn't be independent.
Exactly. And I know a
Yeah.
lot of kids who are like that as well. And, that's not good either, because when the parent goes or something happens, the kid has no defense mechanisms because everything
Mm-hmm.
has just been done for
Mm-hmm.
them. And now they're going to be, at the um, you know, mercy of the system to then
Mm-hmm.
figure out how it is that they're going to be able to survive with everything that's going on. West Haven, hey. Oh, Angel, thank you so
Uh,
much.
you're
Appreciate
just a
that.
fantastic person, and I've missed everyone. But as you know, Bella, life, work, house hunting.
I know. That's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's
But
a lot
I'm
going
so
on.
proud of you, Angel. You are really doing it. Very proud of you. I see you, West Haven. Hi, welcome in.
Hey, West Haven.
I love it. Clifford says, what? We're living in the real world. It's crazy out there. Real deal, because the system is really crazy. Listen, the system is not set up for Black and brown kids to thrive.
Melanated people.
Yeah, it's not set up for these kids to thrive. So as much as you can keep them out of the system, keep them out of the system, because and especially right now with what's going on in the world, like, I feel for these kids. I really do, because it's crazy. It is really crazy. And, people who are really suffering, the children who are really in homes that they should not be in, unfortunately have to live still in that environment because the system is so backed up, the social workers can't get them out.
Let me ask you, did you do a chat on the George Floyd thing?
I did not.
When you
Did you
do
want to
one,
do one together?
maybe we can get a panel going. Just let me know in advance.
Okay.
So I won't be live when you're live.
Okay. Let's do it for next week then.
Well, listen, there's so many different days, so many things to talk about. So we might not be able to put that all in one, but we can't speak upon it the way we want to, because you know how YouTube is. They listening to everything.
I know. I know.
But I would love for us to cover that, because we haven't covered that yet.
No, I haven't. And it's such a pain point for me, because my emotions are all over the place when it comes to that, because having a Black male child is no joke. Like, I literally spend half of my day just worrying about what could happen. You know what I mean? And it's not something that I can ever kind of rest easy on, because, he's Black. And so when you are a Black male, you have another target on your back. So, you constantly worry, and you constantly, live in fear that one day you're going to get that phone call. And so, even though I know my son is good, and he's doing what he needs to do, and he's respectful of the law, and he doesn't do anything, to break the law or anything like that, that's still not a factor, because as you see, people who are not even breaking the law can get arrested, can get killed.
Well, my thing is, when we have our discussion, how was he the one on trial?
Right.
When they're talking about he would have been dead anyway. How you figure? How you know? Well, we will discuss that on that panel. We're gonna get a good panel together. So reach out to whoever.
Definitely.
Reach out to whoever you're gonna reach out to, DOD or whoever, and let's get a good panel going.
Yes, I would love that, sis. Yeah, I mean,
part 1, part 2, until we know if he's sitting up there doodling on the paper. Oh God.
Yes. I'll tell you, it's a different system for different folks. You know what I mean? It's a different system for different folks. So some people have the pleasure of, just doodling or just, sitting there with a blank expression on your face, like nothing's going on around you.
I mean, why didn't you prolong this case? Oh my God. But they took it from him being on trial, same way they did with that young man with the Skittles. They took it from, how did he become how did he's the one on trial?
Exactly.
About what he would have done or what he could have done, but the man was just walking with Skittles.
Exactly.
And this is the second video I heard the word I can't breathe. This is the second video I heard somebody say I can't breathe.
Yeah.
When that man said, "Mama,"
I know.
It felt like he was everybody's kid at that second.
Yep.
So, but we ain't gonna get too much into that. But I just thought that, what you doing topics and stuff now.
Need to talk about that, because as mothers, everybody can feel for that woman as a mother, because that's your baby. that's your child.
No, his
And
parents,
know
his
that
parents
when
are
he,
gone.
oh, I know, but I'm saying, but it tugs at the heartstrings of a parent because
Yeah.
at that last moment, you know, when your child needs you and they're calling for their mom.
So you're gonna make me cry the same.
I know. That's why I said we gotta do it. We gotta do it right because to this day I can't tell you how much that had affected me. And Clifford says, as Black people, we are target number one all the time in history. Yeah, I mean, you know, going down the line, you know, we're feared, but we are also targeted. So how does that happen?
And we also got thrown another. I'm sorry. This is how I feel. I love everybody because, as you know, I work with everybody. But I don't. Please leave the Asian people alone. But that's none of our business. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry. That we gotta do another panel on that because I don't see them in no newspapers like us.
No.
Talking about we have a barrier with the cops. Y'all still make me to tell y'all story. Us Black folks are not. Y'all still taking and receiving all our money. Y'all choose to stay separate. Y'all choose to take everybody's money. Y'all choose not to do nothing in nobody's community. But my thing is, as the right person, that's none of our business. I'm sorry. I done said this already. That's another panel. I'm just giving you all these panels to do, right?
I love it. Line them up, girl. Line them up.
Because as of now, I'm stuck on. You know, I can't do it because I'm stuck on what I'm stuck on, and I'm up to 967, sis.
All right. Yes.
And it's been a month and a half.
I love it. Go, girl. I love it.
So I'm more booked up on what I do, but I have to support my sister too. So I got one more month to come back. So I cannot wait. So you know, I'm counting the days to come back at Sugar Love. You just don't know. You know how it is to get all these viewers and people in your room. And I'm like, I ain't got no damn commercials. I know I'm not happy with this. Shoot.
I know.
All my, you know we don't need a cent off a dollar. All my little couple of pennies are going down the drain. Yeah, the papers pop. Every time I see a bunch of people in my room, no disrespect to them, I am happy. But I'm like, damn, I ain't got no commercials. I ain't got no ads.
I know, sis. But you're going to get it all back. Watch. Triple.
Yeah, May.
A picture says 1,000 words. In the case with George Floyd, the video is all the proof needed for a guilty conviction of that cop. A long trial is not necessary. Listen, I learned my lesson from watching so many of these trials where we had all the evidence that was needed, and all of a sudden, oh, they're acquitted. I'm like, there is a preponderance of evidence that says this man killed this person.
The man
in cold blood, like dead to right. You have it on film. So how do you come back with a not guilty?
Like even Sharon, whatever his name is, his hand is on his pocket.
Hey, Mama Crazy.
His hand is still on his pocket. His glasses are still on. I'm like, how was you scared? And a breakout, no sweat. And he would have been dead anyway. Who the hell is you to say that? I cannot wait. And then we gotta do something that, but you gotta put in the title. You know how to do it, but keep it nice and friendly. Because we're not against the Chinese. We're not against them.
No, but
it's not our bit. But it's not, because look how they sabotage us. So they've been sabotaged. And then I'm like, they done went and took over Africa. And they don't, everywhere they go, they try to take over. I'm like, listen, at least y'all can live to tell the story. Where are y'all getting the gun down in the street?
Exactly.
Well, I think that with all this going on with us and the police brutality, that's none of our business. I wish you luck.
Mm-hmm. But listen, I mean, I'll stand with you when you stand with me.
Yeah,
and I've
bam,
yet to see their community stand with us.
Bam. And they're not there. They
Okay.
are not there at all.
Okay. I said, you want us to stand with you, but where you at with us?
And I'm gonna say one thing.
With you?
And I'm gonna say one more thing before we get back on the subject. I just want to say, how in the world you got a manager? And people, please beware. Don't let these managers set you up. You talking about a counterfeit bill, and you sent 2 children, because one was 18 at the time, and the other one was younger. You sent 2 kids. Now you claim this man is drunk or under in some type of influence. And you sent them babies out there. Now you're the manager, not once but twice. What if something would have happened to them babies?
Exactly.
That's your job, man. That's your job as the manager. I'm not security. I'm here as a cashier, and that's it.
Exactly.
And that boy crying because he felt like it's all his fault.
It just is overwhelming because it keeps happening. And I'm like, I don't understand why in 2021 we can basically close our eyes and it's like we are our parents back in the 60s and the 70s and the 50s, like back in those days, like literally it's like we are right back where we were decades ago.
Like nothing changed but the face, right?
That's
nothing
right.
Nothing changed but the faces.
That's right, get it. That's right. When you stand with me, I'll stand with you. Welcome back, Jessica. Oh my goodness, that was a quick live. Yours was a quick live. I'm still yappering on.
But we got it definitely. What is today? Or make sure Jessica's on that panel. Let her know if she's interested in being on that panel.
Yes. Jessica's almost monetized too. She got 700 and some odd hours left to go.
Now, I made 4,000 hours in a week and a half.
Oh, well, I know you did because you was on that grind, sis.
Oh, honey, I don't play. I don't play.
You was on that grind, sis. Every time I popped up, you was right there. I was like, yes, go girl. She is on it. I do not play.
It's usually that's why, because I try to tell people, it's okay to have a live, but my thing is, you want an audience. If your main intent is to get commercials, people to watch your commercials, you have to find different ways of getting more people in your room for your content. Like with your content, you got the type of content, we don't have to be on live. You got one of the real videos that we can watch you on a replay, because with the makeup and stuff like that, and the way you talk about the makeup, so you don't have to have a packed live, because you got a lot of people. If you keep having people running your playlist and stuff like that, it's not going to help you once you get monetized. You need real hours, and maybe you have to find real topics and find out where you fit in that. That's what running 20 out. I mean, you think you're helping them, but you're not really helping them.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally get that, because what happens is, you get all of these eyeballs for a moment, and then your numbers take a skydive. So you're like going up and down and up and down and up and down. Whereas
no, but you're getting a bunch of people that they don't fit in your sector. because you're doing. If you subscribe for me, I subscribe for you. That's why I
Right.
make sure. Even if you do a watch it, drop it, I have to make sure I like your content. Or there's no need for me to click onto you because I want to come see you for real. I want to like you for real. I want to support you for real. So you don't have to just because you watch. It's not because when you're doing your own topics, if that's not their sector, then they forgot that they clicked on you. So both of you guys can grow. That leaves less people in your chat now.
Right.
So I try to pick people that like I really like. I must have to really like it. I don't do watching and drop. I'm just using that example because what you do. But anybody that I went to, I'm watching and drop it because I'm gonna. If I see you online, I'm going to because look how many people support each other after the watching and drop it. How many people you see in your chat? Predominantly none because it's not their sector.
Right. Right. Yep.
And we have.
Oh, she said it was an hour. This is her second live for the day. Oh, she's in the 600s now. Go, Jessica.
Oh wow.
600 people.
No, 600 hours left to go before she's monetized.
Girl, you better twice a believe me, I'm telling you, twice a day. Twice a day. I mean, depending on if you don't have something to do. But twice a day is the ticket in the morning and in the evening because you're going to get two different crowds.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure.
You're going to get two different crowds. But you got to stick your nose out there more into other chats too. So people are like, oh, that person going supporting me. Let me go by and say hello. Even if it was 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to keep up with everybody. I have a schedule that I literally like write out, okay, I'm going to go see this person today, this person today, this person today. And like make it my business to do my rounds and say hello to at least half the people that I support, which leaves me like no time to do anything else but watch other people's videos and support at times. But I enjoy it. I enjoy watching other people's content. You know,
it's hard to keep up. Yes, it is. But you have to because you need for them to be in your room.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everybody, but you try, you do what you can. I mean,
people understand, that's like in your room, not the people who really,
the people who really know you, like they understand. Like if I don't have, like I have 6, 7 people in my lives now, I don't trip because I know.
But your videos are gold.
Right. So I have my content, I have my Bella watch, I have my Boss Bella series. Like I have other content that brings in different people. So I don't trip if I have only a few people in one live because the next live I'll have 30 people in here when I'm doing something else.
Then I tell people
I'm not on camera, and I know that when I'm not on camera, for some reason I don't get as many people staying.
But I do know that people can do what they want to do, but the streaming, the going to sleep streams, doesn't help you because you're not picking up on real people.
Right. Yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't do the silent streams. Like even when I was hustling to get my numbers, I never did a silent stream.
No, because that means you're not interacting with nobody and you're just letting it run. That's like me. I kept my topics. I did my hustle less than 2 weeks. I'm up to like damn near 50,000 hours already, and it's been a month.
Oh wow.
And it's only been a month and a half.
Wow. Well, your lives be packing them in, girl. That's the other thing. So when you're doing your lives and you have that many people engaged for that long, your numbers will
They
skyrocket.
won't leave. I'm like, my God, I thought I was gonna be up for an hour. They won't leave because I had to learn the methods of YouTube. So you have to find out, what is a great. You got to find out what is the great topics. Even if it's a topic that you like, you have to study other people that's in your genre or that's in your sector. So then you could start, okay, this is how they do that. If you're doing a mukbang, okay, change your topic up. Do a review on somebody's mukbang. You understand what I'm saying? Review, because now you're doing a review on somebody's mukbang, but you're also using their name, which will draw you people. Like doing a review on whoever the most famous one is. That's who mukbang you want to do a review on. Or if somebody's cooking, you may want to do a review, put their name in the title, and let's say they're making a hamburger. Well, I'm doing a review on such and such hamburger. I want to see if my hamburger turned out like theirs. And then maybe make you a hamburger and then go, yeah, it's just like that. I'm just giving these examples. But you got to learn who's in your sector and sometimes helping them using their name or copying or giving your own feedback on what they do helps you. Like you may want to look at other higher people than you that does makeup. And now, well, this person did this makeup. Okay, I'm going to do a review to how they did it. But then you'll see it because now their people is going to see their name in your comment. And they're going to come in here and see if you're going to, are you talking about them? Are you doing it for spite? So that's going to bring you traffic. It's going to bring you traffic. But you got to start, doing other things. Like, okay, this person said this works for them. Let me see if it works for me.
Right.
Because you got every makeup in the book.
Girl, and more coming.
Right. So
Bella,
you may.
Yes, Angel?
Well, that's because Bella, you Bellify everyone.
Yes. And in order
We
to
all love
Bellify everybody, I have to get Bellified myself.
Yeah, but you may have to. You may have. Go ahead, Angel.
Yeah. Can I add something? One of the other things that people do on here, and you've said this before, and you said that mine was more myself, is that a lot of people are not so creative with their channel of creating things of their own. What a lot of people do are these reaction videos. I mean, you've seen.
Hold up. I love my reaction videos. Hold up. Especially, I got a reaction channel, Angel.
Okay, so how does that work? How do the reaction videos work? Because
what happened was I'm doing heavy metal. I'm up to heavy metal because I'm not familiar with heavy metal. I'm telling you, these young kids. It's these young damn kids who teaching us. So they was doing reaction videos to older school music to see why we don't like their music so much. So then I was like, okay, wow, let me do heavy metal or something that I don't know. So you get to hear it for the first time and you can say what you like about the song or don't like about the song. The same way how you do makeup. But see, being that you're good at what you do, now to step up the game is you gotta find who is the top person in your sector. And say, well, hey, I want to see if the makeup that they use worked for me, and put their name in the title. I mean, not all of your videos, but you know what I mean.
Right.
But as I was trying to say, I may have to check your reaction channel out there.
AKA James Money.
I may have to check your reaction channel out there, Tony. But the thing is, it's not really like very much of the creator's own type of thing of their self. It's basically taking a viral video and turning it into something. But Brown Girl Bella a few months ago had said that when I did my watching chat streams, when I was watching Supermarket Sweep, I made it my own because I played along with everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
but
actually,
you want to go after the viral videos because you need traffic. I'm not saying you want to keep it that way, but you need traffic. And her personality that she has such a lovely, warming, inviting personality. You know, so you want to find. I'm just telling you how to do it because it's been a month and a half. Thank you, Jesus. Even with my first channel, which I didn't do no nature boy, I still got 1,000 subscribers in 4 weeks. And I still was on my hustle, not doing no nature boy. I did that off of being a grow channel. I still got that in 2 months. So within 2 months, I was monetized.
Nice.
Because
So yeah, I think there's an art to doing it so that it's your own spin.
Right, you make
content.
it your right, but see, you have to make it your own spin or you get a copyright infringement. If they hit you with one, you can say fair use. I made this my own. So you have to put your spin on it. But just you may have to use a viral person's name because the people who love them they're gonna want to. That's gonna bring you traffic. I'm just teaching you how to get traffic. So with my second page, because I'm still crying over my first page. I still think it did me dirty. I'm still mad as hell. I don't care what nobody say. I'm mad as hell. But with this one, I had to say, okay, Nature Boy is what's popping. I'm familiar with him. I need traffic now because I'm not going to be sitting up in here doing a whole new channel and still stuck on 100 people. Or 2 people in the room. I'm really start, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because all I know how to do is what Sugar Love do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's not gonna bring me the traffic that I need. See, I had to build up with Sugar Love to start getting more people in my room because remember that's non-nature boy. So I had to build up. So I had to build up. So then I say, how did this YouTube? Oh, okay, I get it. They go after viral people or whoever's hot and they do reviews on it. They make it, you have to make it your own. Remember that. In order to not get hit with the copyright strike, you have to make it your own. So just in case they do say it's a copyright strike, you know how to, you can fight that.
Right.
And then you may not want to use their video if you don't want the strike. But say put their name in it. Okay, this is Susie Q. Susie Q uses this makeup. I have this makeup or I have similar makeup. Let me see, and then you could just show a still picture of her in the finish.
Right.
But the thing is you have to bring because I see people on years. I've looked at some people who still got like 300 people, 400 people, and you go in a room with less people. That's because you got to go after the heavy hitters. The heavy hitters or whatever bring you in traffic. But you can compare the same way you and your girlfriend did. That would have been a good thing with y'all doing it together and also comparing, okay, we use the same color, but you have to find somebody in your sector and have them help you without them knowing that they're helping you. Like with the 600 and with the hours, it don't matter who you're talking about. You got to put in hustle. That's 2 days a week because you got to get people used to seeing you. And then on their day off, they miss you. The days you can't make it, they miss you. But you have to at least try twice a day, take a break. twice a day, take a
Well,
break.
well, with the fact that I've been working a lot and doing a lot lately in my life, I've only been doing like one live stream a week. I mean, I'm already monetized on my channel
Yeah,
there,
but you're
but
monetized. What about the people that's not in? How many people do you have in your room?
oh,
And how many people do you have in your room?
today I had about 15 to 17 people in my room, which was which was the top one. But on average for today, I had between 9 to 12 in my room for the morning stream that I did this morning. It was
All right,
basically
now what sector are you in?
I'm not in any sector.
See, you're gonna have to find a sector.
No, well, I don't have to if I don't want to.
Well, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that.
But the thing is, I have a bunch of people that come to my channel on a daily basis, and I have a lot of people because my channel is not one particular sector. Like I'm not in the reaction community, I'm not in the food community, I'm not in the gaming community. I do a lot of things with my channel, and basically my channel is like my life story, basically.
So that's your sector. You got people who do story time and do their life story.
Well, basically, all if you go back from the first video of my channel to the last, basically me chronicling everything in my life from the guardianship to a whole bunch of stuff. It's basically like my real life story of everything that I've been through in the years. But I don't really want to be part of a sector. I just love my
But
channel the way it is.
I mean,
Because the thing is,
even if you want to call it a sector or I don't, you're still in a sector. Even if it's
well,
telling
I
your
like
own
to,
stories, that's a sector.
Thank you, Clipper. You
You
came by
got
to say
people.
hi. Have a
You
great
got
night. Have
people.
a great
You
night,
got
you
people.
too.
You do. It is a sector of people telling chronicles or story time or whatever about their life.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sector too. Everything you do, just like you how they say I don't want to be a statistic. You're still in a sector regardless. You have I guarantee you there's a lot the same thing you're doing. It's a sector that's doing the
well,
same thing that you're doing.
I like to refer to it as a community.
Mm-hmm. I like to too. I mean, I love the beauty community because we're all very, very supportive of each
Yeah.
other, and we try to go and go into each other's rooms and watch videos and do collabs with each other. And I really enjoyed that part of it. And I also enjoy, coming up with different content of my own and doing it.
Yeah,
But
but you
I,
have a lot of premieres, and your
Um.
premieres
Um.
should include, I mean, it's all up to the
Um.
individual.
But
Mhm.
and not to like sorry if this may like be offended or anything, but for me I've seen the black sector and it's nothing but a bunch of drama.
The
Well, not
what sector?
all, but the white sector is drama too, though. You know that, right?
I know.
But like I said, each sector is what you make it. Is a sector for
Right.
what you do. Is a sector for what I do. Is a sector for what Bella does. Is what you make it.
Yep.
There is a
Mhm.
lot
Yeah.
of
Yes.
channels.
Yeah.
Not like black channels are messy, but it's some that are not messy. Maybe that sector does not contain you because some black people is messy and some they do keep it to as whereas it's black or white. I get it, but so is the white sector too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Messy is just messy. It doesn't have a
Yeah,
color.
Yeah.
right, right.
Well, you're beautiful, Bella, and you know that.
Thank you, honey.
You're
Thank
such a
you. I
great friend.
appreciate
I,
that.
I I love everything about you, Bella.
Thank you, honey. I
And
appreciate
thank you
it.
for being part of my army with your the 2-star general membership for 4 straight
That's
months.
right, honey. That's right. I'm in there. All right, guys. It's been 2.5 hours, and I'm sure you are
Yes.
tired of hearing me talk.
Yeah.
But Sugar, Tony T. I gotta keep remembering Tony. It's Tony T
You,
now.
you see sugar on that
I
thing.
know.
That's
But
your
listen,
cash app.
yeah, but that's her channel. Her
And that's
original
the
channel is
channel
Sugar
and the
Love.
cash app. Yes, that's the channel and the cash app.
That's right. I want to get together with you because I really do want to chop it up on, doing these panels. And I know DOG will be all on it because that's,
Oh
what
yes.
he's all about.
Yeah.
So I will get with him probably tomorrow, and we'll hit you up and talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll,
and
we
you know,
can do a
Jessica,
panel.
yeah, but I think that'd be great because we gotta. He's good. DOD's keeping up with the current
Mm-hmm.
news because I saw that video of his with the teacher. And
Yes,
for some reason I can't catch DOD live, but I still support my brother and I watch his
that's
videos.
right. Yeah,
Or was I in his live? I can't be remembering. But that had me so heated. And we got to start. We got to start reporting more stuff on us too.
absolutely.
When you're not doing Bellify.
Okay, definitely. Angel, when are you going live again, or when do you think you're going to have another content up and ready for us to watch?
I depending on what my next days are, because I have to work tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm hoping to get Monday off to spend time with my brother and my sister, because my sister will be coming to the downtown part of Phoenix for the day, because right now, because about a month ago, she moved to Tucson, Arizona, to a house that she had purchased, but she's coming here to Phoenix for a appointment. So we're making some time out for each other. And then I have to work again on Tuesday, where I have another double shift or double header, as I like to call it. And and then from there, I don't know what the rest of my schedule is like. So for the next 5 to 6 days, it's going to be work. And this upcoming Monday, I'm hoping I can get off to spend time with family. I may do a live stream on location where I'm at with my family.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
one on Saturday. You'll get to see like almost like a day in the life of Brown Girl Bella. I uploaded it and it'll be up on Saturday. And
And
Sugar, when are you going live again?
Well, I'm on until I get my 1,000 people. I will be on tomorrow and every day.
What time tomorrow?
I'll go either 11 o'clock or I'll go at 7 o'clock. That's why I said let
Okay.
me know. Let me know when you want to do yours, so I won't be live when you're live.
Okay. Well, tomorrow I don't go live at all on Fridays.
No, but you got to get the people together for the panel.
Oh, for the panel, yes. Tomorrow
I'm
I'm gonna start talking to everybody about the panel. So whenever when we get to talking, then I'm gonna tell you tomorrow about some
Yeah,
days
cause
that we could
breaking
do it.
news. We got to start doing more breaking news. When I get back to my Sugar Love channel, I'm gonna start doing more
Yes.
my breaking news.
Come on with the breaking news.
I hate saying that. I just be all pissed off. I'm like, these people don't know. I'm glad y'all in here, but I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy at all.
Well, you just keep telling them like you've been telling them. You Sugar Love and your Sugar Love channel will be up soon. We'll be back and get over there.
Yeah, give my commercials back because I'm not Gary. But so then I could be monetized on both.
Mm-hmm.
And then one I can do have more leisure. I still do Black History and stuff on this Tony T. I don't just keep a Nature Boy Cause
Okay.
I had a Sahara, Rasad, I had her, I had Khalid Muhammad. I had a lot of, and I'm like, even though the viewers is really low, it's like maybe 35 to 50, but
Mm-hmm.
them are what you call your real subscribers.
Yeah.
They're not there for the nature boy like me, but I still have to. But as far as doing panels like this, I haven't done yet. I won't be doing that on my tour. I know because I was a panel when I was doing that for the Black
Yeah.
History Month. But you know, I'm still on this target till I get my goal. But we're gonna have to do that. Get that panel going. Maybe talk about. I don't know if you want to talk about. Maybe DOD could do a panel on that with the
Mm-hmm.
to stop the Asian violence and letting us Black folks know that ain't none of our business.
Oh yeah, he'd be good on that one. Cause you know him, Black only.
That's why I said that. That's why I said that. You got it. You caught on. You caught on.
He's the best one for that one. All right, guys. Thank you so much for
All
coming up
right.
and talking about this subject. I think we all agree to
Don't spoil the ride.
don't spoil the child, but don't spare the rod either.
Good night, everyone.
Good
All
night,
right,
everybody.
Angel. Nice meeting you. I am so out. I'm going to bed. All right. So when the next time you're live, Bella?
I'll be live on Sunday for my Sunday sips, where I put makeup on and we talk about the news and current events and makeup news. And
At what time?
It's either 2 or 4 Eastern time.
Okay, so I'm not on either time. Well, that's some juice. But oh God, I'm tired. So I guess I'll see you guys. But I get your notifications though. I don't know if you get mine, but for some reason I get your notifications.
Yeah,
but a lot of times
I get you.
But the problem is I'm already live when you're on.
All right. Well,
and I be feeling
tomorrow
so
I'll
bad.
be in your live hanging out with you.
Okay, love. Okay, Angel. Y'all have a great
All
night.
right.
I'm out of here. Peace.
You have a great night as well, Tony, and you have a great night as well, Bella.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.